Attractive women are less likely to get married. In order for a marriage to work, you need to be incredibly forgiving and show a lot of compromise. Now, because attractive women are surrounded by men who are constantly making them promises, whenever her partner's behavior is fallible, she believes that she doesn't have to put up with this because there's men willing to give her everything that she's ever asked for, even though it's not true. And as a result, she becomes less tolerant and compromising and more likely to walk away every time things are becoming difficult. Second reason is throughout the course of a marriage, they tend to desire their woman less and less. Now, attractive women, they find this transition very difficult to deal with because they're surrounded by men who are almost tripping over themselves to tell her how beautiful she is. When she's with a man who slowly is becoming indifferent to her appearance, she finds this very difficult to put up with. So instead of accepting that this is a natural process, she'll simply replace the man to receive the same validation that she's used to receiving all the time. And as a result, she's less likely to settle down.
That's deep.
The more attractive the woman, the more men that want to be with her.
Right.
And usually what happens is because she can attract all types of guys and most guys just want to be around her, they reward her for bad behavior. She can act however she acts.
Yeah.
And these guys are just gonna accept it because she's beautiful.
Right.
Because the guys are just accepting everything she is, she doesn't respect those guys because women will only respect a guy that's willing to tell her, hey, hold you accountable.
Right.
It's gonna
Right.
they will have to sometimes put you in your place.
Mm-hmm.
And even though women don't like that, but they like that
Yeah.
from a man, right?
Yeah.
If you can just walk all over your man, you feel like you're the one being the leader. You're the man being the man. The roles are reversed,
Right.
right? So a lot of times it's pretty women. They're just around all these guys, and then these guys do not hold her accountable for her bad behavior. And then number two, what she said, get a lot of validation, especially with social media. A lot of these girls are posting online,
Right.
so they get addicted to that validation.
Yeah.
And then when they finally be with the man, and I know she's a beautiful woman, but when you are in a relationship long term, eventually the guy doesn't really have to compete for to give you validation because he knows that we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't really have to tell you you're beautiful every day, even though it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it's a
right?
nice thing to do.
For a lot of these women who post themselves online, they need that validation from men. If they don't receive the same level of validation from the man they're dating, and they're receiving it on social media, then a lot of women just can't accept that, and they'll just go back to the streets and they'll leave that guy.
Yeah.
So that's what she was saying. I think that's what I got. But what are your thoughts on? Do you think there's some truth to what she said?
It's definitely some truth. We talked a little bit about social media earlier, and social media changes the dynamics for everyone. Like you said, the Tinders and the everything, all the channels of social media. So it's like, yeah, it's hard because you start to question your partner's intention.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, he's not telling me I'm beautiful every day, but maybe he liked on Susie Q's picture and he's telling her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell me. I haven't heard it for a week, and I'm seeing him liking all these pictures of women, but here I am over here just as beautiful, and you're not giving me the same love.
Yeah.
So there's a thief of comparison that takes place because social media is not real. It is, but it's not, it's not our lives every day. So she may get validated from her friends saying, "Oh, girl, you look good," or guys like, "Oh man, you're so hot," whatever. But in her real life, if her partner is not doing that or giving her, positive words of affirmations, then it's like it's all pointless because you can get it from a million people. But if your partner is not impressed or they're acting like you're normal but at the same time they're liking other girls' pictures, it kind of puts your relationship in a situation. Because you need to be able to talk about those things and say, hey, it made me feel like this when I posted my picture, but you didn't like it, but I seen you on blah blah blah's page and you're always liking their pictures. So as women, as we choose our partners, it's like we have to be able to make sure that we can communicate with them and let them know, how it makes you feel their interactions with the opposite sex, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because if you're able to communicate it and they say, okay, um, I didn't like when you liked the guy's picture while he was shirtless.
Yeah.
It made me feel like this. And she says, okay, well, I won't do it again, and you guys leave it at that, and she actually doesn't do it again, then that's a respect factor coming in, because my partner says, hey, I don't like that, and then you fix it, if it's within reason. But if you're like, oh, I'm gonna like whoever's pictures I want to, you can't tell me nothing, then it's gonna be a problem, because it's like, she don't respect me. She cares more about what this person thinks on social media than she does me, and I'm laid with her. I'm paying bills.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a man for my girl, and she doesn't respect me. So it all boils down to communication. As far as more beautiful women walking away from situations, sometimes you have to calculate the value of the relationship, and then say, well, okay, is it more valuable for me to stay here, or would I be better off not in this situation? Because you do have some types of men who are just anal about every little thing that you do, and it stresses you out.